There we go, buddies. We are live. Hello, everyone. It's America's favorite uncle and cousin, and a special time and date. It is Sunday, where we will now be kicking off our in-game sportscast, where it's Sunday, and all we're doing is talking sports. Good evening, fellas.
Good evening.
Yo, say listen. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, Mr. Skywalker, aka Jody. 305 today. You see what I'm repping today because we're talking about sports, but we focusing on my favorite sport, the best sport out there, honestly, is football. But today we got two dope ass guests from some other brothers from another place in this beautiful country. So today I got my boy, Mr. KB, and I got my man, Mr. IGBRB 4701. I'm so appreciative of y'all brothers coming to hang out with us today. So what I'm gonna do is give y'all a opportunity to introduce yourselves and shout out y'all podcast. Mr. KB, I'll let you go first. Introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, shout out your podcast, my brother, because we appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all fellas, man. Okay, so I'm from Atlanta. I don't really have a podcast per se, but I do have a YouTube channel where I focus on credit and crypto, precisely business credit products. So if you're interested in starting a business, you want funding, you want to get, help get funding for your business, check out my channel, Credit K. I don't know if I can use a link somewhere, but I'll let everybody know about that. But you know what I mean? Definitely check me out on YouTube.
I'll put it up for you.
Okay. And then also have a Be Your Own Boss channel on YouTube where I teach people how to actually start your own business, different businesses to start. Currently, I'm starting my own courier business right now, so I'm kind of going through those ropes of showing people how to start a courier, get a Sprinter van with the business credit, and transfer it that way, man. So it's not really sports, but I'm here to talk sports right now. But definitely check that out. I think everybody need to get their credit right. Somebody everybody need, man, level up in life. So,
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I know a few people that should be getting their credit right, aka
Yes,
one of my sisters.
For sure.
Jackie, hit that man up. Pulled up on. And Mr. IGBRB, introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and shout out your podcast.
What's happening with you? It's your boy. Benji Banks is the name. You can find my IG, BRB4701. You can find me on there. Got my own wine company. Got a few businesses going. Mr. KB, definitely send me that link. We need the link. I need to work with you for sure. Got my own podcast. Well, actually, I'm a co-host on the podcast, the Fire Session Podcast, which if you go to my IG, BRB4701, you'll find some material. You'll find some information on there. And we're on here to talk sports today with my man. So I appreciate Mr. Jody. I appreciate Uncle Pudge getting me on today, and we're gonna make it happen. So let's do it.
That's what I love to hear. So before we start, right? So we know where everybody stand, right? What's your favorite team? So we know who to talk bad about.
Okay.
So he said he's from Atlanta. So
the whole team. So I'm loyal to my dirty birds.
The ones who just traded Matt Ryan. Okay.
The one who just traded Matt Ryan. Finally, we're gonna get into that.
Not finally. Oh, that boy sounds.
World champion Atlanta, city of the world champion Atlanta Braves. I know we ain't talking baseball, but we finally a city of champions or something.
Right.
And up the road in Athens, we finally got an NCAA chip. So. We feeling kind of good down here a little bit.
All right. So what you saying? You repping the Falcons and the Bulldogs is what you saying?
Yeah, I rock with the dogs. I'm more of a tech fan, you know what I mean? But I rock with the dogs.
Okay, and
I rock with anybody in the state.
Well, obviously, me and Mr. KB ain't gonna get along because I'm a lawyer. Hey, you see that? It's always forever is about the you. And
right.
as a lawyer, a diehard Panther fan, you don't rock with those birds up there in Atlanta. So,
you talking about the Florida Panthers? What kind of Panthers you talking about?
The Carolina Panthers.
Oh, Carolina Panthers. Oh, them Panthers. All right,
man, they on a struggle bus. Oh, that's
them kitty cats, man. We ain't worried about that. All right.
He finna get muted. We ain't even been live 5 minutes. He finna get muted. Don't do that. We got our boy Uncle Pudge. We know he is a diehard. 1,000%. repping those Chicago Bears all day, every day.
Gee.
Repping those Chicago Bears all day, every day. So
Yeah, it's a
listen,
struggle. It's a struggle, man.
It's a struggle.
listen. But first things first, we're gonna hop in a little college football just right quick. So everybody know that
First of
there's been a
all, shout out to Amanda. Hey,
Oh,
Amanda, my
okay.
favorite.
oh my
She's
dog.
always supporting us.
Hey, ain't nothing but love.
Thank you.
So
Mhm.
first things first. College football and in the offseason, there were a lot of coaching changes. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? A lot of coaching changes. So in y'all opinion, right? What coach do you think is under the most pressure to succeed the fastest? Like in the next 3 seasons, you better have a full program turnaround, or your ass is gonna be sent packing.
The USC coach,
So Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley.
Now, the reason I say that is because you know how high profile USC is, but he has been allowed to take well, I wouldn't say take because of the transfer portal. He's been allowed to kind of maneuver however he wants. He's been allowed to maneuver almost like an NFL coach. Bring all of this talent over there, recruit. And so USC, you got to do something there. Now they done gave you all the keys. If they give you all the keys with that power, you better make something happen. And if you don't, I mean, I can see him gone in a couple years if he ain't on his game because they loaded up with the transfer portal and their recruits. So they loaded up for sure. So I would put it on Lincoln Riley.
Okay, Mr. KB.
I'm gonna go SEC and Billy Napier in Florida.
Okay.
Coming off of Georgia winning that championship, SEC East, and he gonna be coming in expected to come in and win immediately in that division. It's already tough in the SEC, so him having to do a recruiting job out in Florida. Florida State's down right now, so I think he can kind of come in that state and kind of clean up, and do pretty good. But I think he needs to come in and win immediately to kind of make those people down in Gatorland feel kind of good.
Okay, well, I go next. I'm going to say this. I am going to say that I'm going to say that I can't think of his name. Rolling a blank. I'm going to say your boy went to LSU.
Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly. I'm going to say Brian Kelly.
BK.
I'm gonna say Brian. And this is why I'm gonna say this, right? Brian Kelly, you was stepped in the epicenter of Brian Kelly. You stepped in this shit,
Right.
Boy, I don't know how many seasons you gonna get your ass whooped by Alabama before they run you out of LSU. But boy, hey,
he just got the kid to play quarterback from Arizona who left there. So Daniel's last name, I believe.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's a decent kid. So I'm just saying this, bro. Brian Kelly, this ain't Notre Dame, bro. You don't get to pick your own schedule.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to play Bama every year, bro. Like, let's just be clear. It is a fucking state requirement, my guy.
Yes.
It's a state requirement. So I'm gonna say Brian Kelly is going to have the hottest seat start.
Okay.
So that's my Uncle Pudge. What about you?
I think he froze.
All right, man, we already talked about this. I said BK.
Oh,
because you in LSU. I'm right here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
Brian Kelly, like you said. I mean, well, what they gave him, private jets and all that other stuff, and now LSU so high profile, because a couple of years ago they won it all. So he stepped into a situation where he's expected to win, like immediately. Ain't no grace period. He got to be out there on Alabama's back immediately.
Right.
He got to be challenging them for the division, for the crown, for the playoffs. Anything less, after all of what they gave him, hey, that's a failure.
I agree. And I actually like Brian Kelly because I thought he should have been in the pros by now because of the job he did do at Notre Dame. But you can't turn down the LSU job. I mean, that's a dope job.
I mean, the LSU is, but it's a high pressure job too. That's the whole point. So
Right.
we'll ask this one more question. What coach do you think is going to have the fastest turnaround with his new job? Not the high seat, but the fastest turnaround. So I'm going to go first, and I promise I'm trying not to answer this bias, but I think my boy Mario Cristobal is going to have the fastest turnaround because Mario Cristobal has put together. See, the thing is, a lot of people thought that Mario Cristobal was putting together.
Cristobal.
He was putting together a good coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
But in the fact, the reality is Mario Cristobal was putting together an elite recruiting staff.
Okay.
Because every single coach he has on his roster has been a top 10 recruiter in the last 5 or 6 years. And so Mario Cristobal's pitch is going to be easy. I just need you to stay home.
Right.
That's it. I just need you to stay home. That's it. Mario Cristobal's pitch is going to be easy. And he's in the ACC, so the only real competition is Clemson and maybe Virginia Tech and North Carolina when they're up. And like I said, Florida State's on the downfall right now. So his only competition is really Clemson. So Mario Cristobal.
Florida State should have hired Desean, but that's another story.
We save it for the next podcast. I got some shit to say about that. So my personal opinion, I think Mario Cristobal will have the fastest turnover. And plus, he's starting off with a great freaking quarterback because Tyler Van Dyke has already been projected from he played 9 games and threw for 3,000 yards and 28 touchdowns and like 5 picks in 9 games. And he has a whole offseason with Mario. He's brought in He really pulled in an entire coach to be a quarterback coach. So Mario Cristobal's put together elite staff, and he's coming in with a top 15 quarterback already. So I think Mario Cristobal will have the fastest turnaround as a new coach. So Benji,
well, I'm going to stick with who my choice was, who had to get it together. I'm going to go Lincoln Riley again because the talent that they brought in. 5-star quarterbacks, top-notch running backs, top-notch receiver. He has been allowed through the transfer portal and recruiting to bring some of those players that were from Oklahoma that he recruited there and bring them over to USC. And we all know USC is, they're not far from competing. So I'm going to stick with Lincoln Riley because I believe that they got a loaded roster. And I think this coming year, actually we'll see that program turn around compared to what it was in the last 2 years, which was really, really, really mediocre. I actually think this year, going on the ledge, I actually think they're going to be in the play-in in the tournament this year. So that's who I'm sticking with.
Okay. KB?
You kind of stole mine. I was going to go Lincoln Riley, but just for those reasons, he's in the the Pac-12, where they're going to be throwing the ball all over the place. The numbers he put up in Oklahoma were ridiculous. So I just imagine when he gets his hands out there, they play no defense out there. So when he gets to throwing the ball around out there.
Very true.
And those so you have to throw that shot like that. Yeah. He threw that shot. He just slid that shit in there real smooth. Like
real quick, right?
Yeah, like
it's facts, though. It's facts.
Yeah. You see the numbers, man. You wake up in them Pac-12 games. You're like, God, 53 though. Okay.
Hey, listen. Hey, real talk. I sometimes when you like watching when I'm on my ESPN app, I gotta look at the thing to make sure it's Pac-12 and Big 12 football. Because if you're looking like basketball scores out there from time to time,
right?
Real. So okay. And then when those kids get to seeing those numbers of receivers, big time, you're gonna get a lot of kids out of Cali to stay home, and I think Lincoln Riley probably build that program up real fast.
Real fast.
I love it. Uncle Pudge, who you think will have the fastest turnaround out of all the college coaches, all the new coaches?
Sure, man. It's like I told you, man. Me and you be on the same wavelength. I'm gonna say Mario Cristobal as well, for the simple fact that he is a hurricane. He came from that program. He know what is the tradition of that program. He played on some great teams in that program, so he got that hurricane pride. You know, with his, like you say, his staff, his pitching, he know how to pitch the kids, you know, to stay home.
The U, huh?
You.
Repping the U. I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Hey,
know,
but
so he gonna sell that to the kids. When you can sell tradition to these recruits, and you can show it, like, look, man, A, B, X, Y, Z, and then you come from that program, like, so you know what you talking about.
Right.
You know, when you can point and say, I'm a product of this program, you know, they gonna listen, and hell, I might even go on a limb and say he might make the tournament this year.
I
I
wouldn't say that.
think they really are. I think Clemson
Okay.
is ripe for the picking.
I think this, right? This is my prediction, right? My prediction for my Canes. I think that we need a 9-3 season. If we can get like a 9-3 season to build some momentum going in the next season, then I think that's when we really start to flip the tables a little bit. But I definitely think that we should beat out the lesser competition. And we do play Clemson and Texas A&M this season. So if we can keep those games close and not be blown out, then I think
Who's
we
the starting quarterback?
for Miami.
Yeah.
Tyler Van Dyke.
Tyler Van Dyke. Okay. I ain't paid attention since y'all had Francois or somebody, man. I don't know.
No, that's the clowns up in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Go ahead on them, huh? 9-3 is what you're predicting this year, right? 9-3.
I would love a 9-3 record and
Okay.
and a win a bowl game too. So
Okay.
we switching over to our lovely NFL topics and before listen, don't start cussing. But first topic of the night, right? Is A-Rod worth the money?
Okay.
Is Aaron Rodgers worth, what was it, 300 mil, 200 mil?
150, and it's backloaded. So he gets like 40-something million, 48, I believe.
Yeah,
it is.
150. with
52, and then like 56
So-
or something in the third year. In that division,
Yeah.
I would say yeah. Because the salary cap is going to go up. So his deal is going to look rather mediocre in about 3 years, right? But I would say yeah, because that division is trash. So you're going to continue to win and win and win and win. Now, the off the field stuff, different story, you know, personality, all of that. But I would say yeah, because you're going to keep the winning tradition in Green Bay because you're in a division where the Bears are rebuilding, the Lions are rebuilding. So A-Rod is still going to put up massive numbers. They always draft well. So you're going to be in a position to where you'll at least be able to keep your fans satisfied to a degree. Now, winning the championship is always key. He can get some heat for that. But I think he is. And to be honest, really, I know they let Adams go, but I think if they can draft or get another wide receiver or two in there, it actually becomes pretty solid. I think it'll be well worth it because Rodgers is going to put up massive numbers every year. And he's already a Hall of Famer and he's 37. So, I mean, I think it's well worth it. You got to keep your fans happy. But so I think they will. I think it's dope.
All right. Well, I hit that next. Here's the thing. As an organization, right, are you okay being second place in the NFC every year? Because if your standard is, hey, we keep making the NFC, we the second best team in the NFC, then hell yeah, it's worth the money. That should go. You want to be the second best team in the NFC every single year? That should go. But let's be real. It's a team sport. Aaron Rodgers is not always to blame because I think that Aaron Rodgers sometimes gets too much, but then not enough credit. Because when Aaron Rodgers is standing in the pocket on a 3-step drop and he's getting cracked in the back and strip fumbled from the defensive end that came all the way around and tackled him from the back, and he fumbles the ball, you kind of can't put that on Aaron Rodgers, bro. When Aaron Rodgers drives you down the field for a 31-yard field goal and you yank that bitch wide to the left, you kind of can't put that on Aaron Rodgers, bro.
I agree.
I think the problem I think he's worth the money because he gives you the best shot at a Super Bowl. But in all honesty, I don't think the Packers have much faith in Jordan Love. And at a certain point, Jordan Love looking like the most the most wasted first round draft pick I've ever seen in my life. Like
I agree.
you looking like Ryan Leaf, and you ain't even played like a whole 5 or 6 games right now, son. It's like
Right.
he played, you just look trash in it. So it was just like, So I think for the Packers per se, he's definitely worth them. He was worth the money. He was worth the money. And then on top of that, it's like I believe Aaron Rodgers is good enough quarterback to not have to rely on one receiver. You know what I'm saying? I think Aaron Rodgers to get some quality receivers, then he'll do good. So they definitely drafting wide receivers.
Right.
I can even see Aaron Rodgers moving up I can see the Packers moving up in the draft to get wide receivers.
Right. And they usually draft pretty well too.
Yeah. I honestly, in the next few years, with the salary cap going up, like Benji said, I can see a Green Bay to Ohio State pipeline going there for like offensive weapons for Rodgers. Right. So that I think that, in all honesty, he's worth the money, because you're not gonna find anybody better than him per se.
Right.
To come play down in Green Bay. KB, what you think?
Rodgers is definitely worth the money. It's funny though. I saw a meme where it was like Jordan Love had him looking like one of the characters from Life, looking like Eddie Martin. He was so old. I'm the heir apparent. I'm still ready. Like Aaron Rodgers not going nowhere for another 4 years.
Right.
I guess he's gonna play like long as Brady probably, and try to break some of his records. But he's definitely worth the money. He can turn any receiver on the field into a star, into a 1,000-yard receiver, 12,000-yard receiver. He can do that with any scrub. Valdez, Scantling, all those players are like fantasy football gods. Just really go-to players. You can always count on them to score some touchdowns, especially when Adams was out.
Valdez Scantling got traded to KC.
Oh, he's out of here? Oh, okay.
He's out of there.
Well, whoever pick him, whatever he picks up, whatever receiver is there next year, I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers is gonna make them 1,000-yard receiver, man. So I'm not really worried about him fulfilling his contractual needs and taking that bag. But one thing about getting that bag is that you can't keep those number one receivers like Adams. You start to hurt your defense. Getting key players to leave. I think they had a couple of key defensive players leave this year from Green Bay. So, getting that money is a curse. You can kind of see the things that Tom Brady did, taking less money and getting key players and winning those chips versus, like you said, being the second best team every year in the NFC. You got to make sacrifices to make that next level, make that next hump, which Green Bay is not doing by giving Aaron Rodgers that bag. And then what you forgot to mention, Jody, you forgot to mention Vikings, man. The Vikings are a dangerous team up there. I know Cousins is trash, but they just if they get healthy Cook, and the other guy they got running back up there, in a solid defense what they got every year, they can take that throne and sneak around and knock them out the playoff race. So you got to be careful with giving that money, but I say look what's out there,
Let's ask you this: Is the Vikings really trash? Or is just their defense trash, right? Because honestly,
I said Cousins trash. No, everything.
Kirk Cousins hasn't been the worst quarterback. Not that it's a subject, but I tell you this: if Kirk, you want to talk about a trash?
Have you seen the stats?
I've seen his stats, right? So it's just like Kirk Cousins gets in trouble a lot.
Mr. 500, man.
Kirk Cousins gets in trouble a lot because he tries to force feed the ball. They run a very stagnant offense, and they don't let Kirk Cousins spread that ball out. But when Kirk Cousins is on, that brother is
oh no, man. He got 2 receivers out there. He's just chunking it up, and he still can't really.
If I had Justin, you know how it is. He'd be like, "Fuck it, Jefferson's out there somewhere."
Yeah.
Just throw it up.
Just throw it down the field. Man. Like he don't even give a damn. He's just like, we're gonna throw this bitch down the field somewhere somehow.
Third down.
Third down. Jefferson's down there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? No. Okay. So
yeah. So
Uncle Pud, I think we lost Uncle Pud, but that's all right. He'll be back. Okay, there you go. See if you come back. The government trying to shut my boy down.
You back in there?
You back in there? The government still trying to get you, bro.
No, this time it's the Packers. They're trying to put the plug on me.
Hey, well, hey, go ahead and spit your truth. Go ahead and spit your truth then.
Man.
Aaron Rodgers earthed the money. Now remember this. I'm gonna let you be biased. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna let you be biased. Remember when that man walked out of the Bears stadium and he told them Bears fans, "I'm your daddy." He said that. He said,
"I own you. I know.
I own you. I'm your daddy."
You know what? He worth every dime because he destroyed his fucking team with it. And I'm happy. He destroyed his team. Now we gonna see who's his daddy. Because when you took that money, bye-bye number one security blanket, Raiders. Bye-bye Van Scanlon Jr., Aquinas St. Brown, which is a Bear now.
Yeah.
Everybody gone. Zadarius Smith, Viper.
Gone.
Destroyed your team, offense and defense. Offensive lineman, gone. He already didn't have an offensive line. But the little ones that he did have, gone.
Gone, yeah.
Because he's so selfish. Now we're going to see if he really is the best QB in the NFL. Because he ain't going to have nobody but Robert Tonyan to throw to. You want to take all that money and suck up that cap space? You saying, hey, it's all about me. So now it's going to really be all about Aaron.
Right.
And like you said, this whole division, except for Minnesota, is rebuilding. Lions, they trying to, with their new coach, they trying to, I think they established their identity under Dan Campbell, what they want to be. You start to see it come to fruition last year a little bit. Then you got the Bears. We got that bum up out of there, finally. Now we got to see.
Don't be talking about Matt Nagy like that. Don't do my boy Nagy like that.
Terrible coach. They got him out of there.
Oh, my God. I be sitting there on Sunday like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Listen.
I
don't even got to watch the game. I just know on Sundays when he go to posting, and all I see is my 8 motherfuckers and Nagy somewhere in the comment. I'm like, yep, he must be calling a bad game. He be pissing my boy off.
And had a star wide receiver, I believe, in Allen Robinson. But hey.
Yes. And then, he's the only coach I know to call a tight end reverse on the 1 yard line. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I know he didn't. And then I'm looking at the quarterback like, why you ain't audible out there shit? I'd have been looking like, I know he tripping. Let me audible up out of this.
Speaking of dumb shit, right? And then we're gonna move on to our next. We're gonna move on to our next topic, right? Speaking of dumb shit, what in the fuck were the Bears thinking letting go of Khalil Mack? Because, bro, you're literally getting hit with $24 million in dead cap space.
Anyway,
it's gonna cost you $24 million to get rid of him, and you didn't even get rid of him. You just let him go. So I'm just.
Draft picks. That's how you know they in a rebuild. That's how you know they in a rebuild when they start letting stuff go. Khalil Mack,
but $24 million in dead cap space.
I mean,
no worse than Atlanta though. I think they still own for their 40 though.
Damn, see that rubbing neck. Listen, stop it.
This new GM is killing me.
Hey, Benji, stop trying to start stuff. So listen,
I told you, I'm the sports orphan, man. I'm blasting all y'all teams.
Our brother Jimmy said, "What's going on? What's up, Jimbo?" So listen, right? We're gonna let y'all trash the team. My next question is this, right? Is Deshaun Watson gonna be a good fit in Cleveland? All right, I'm gonna go.
Nobody a good fit in
Cleveland. I'm gonna go
exactly.
I'm
going to say no.
Hell no, because Cleveland's front office is shit. Okay,
right.
And I know I'm gonna catch a lot of shit for this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Baker Mayfield is not a bad quarterback. He just got a shitty office. That's it. So Deshaun Watson, they gave him all this money. I don't know how long he gonna be there. You can give him Odell, you can give him Jarvis Landry, and he still got David Njoku. David Njoku is probably one of the
really good people, really good
athletic tight ends in this league. Yet they underutilized this man. Kareem Hunt was a fantasy dream god this year. Yep, they underutilize this man. The Cleveland Browns front office is a fucking shit show, and I don't think I think in a few years Deshaun Watson gonna walk the hell out of fucking Cleveland. He's not a good. He's gonna be a good fit, but I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna put too much on his shoulders. Like Deshaun Watson is not your end. What you need to do is gut the entire front fucking office. Like gut.
Hopefully the defense still holds up. But yeah, I don't see him being a good fit there. I do like Amari Cooper. I've liked Amari Cooper for a while. So, but I don't think he's going to be a good fit there because it's Cleveland, man. Who besides LeBron, who? It's Cleveland. Do we even need to give Cleveland 5 seconds of press time? It's like, come on now, like it's Cleveland. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know what else to say.
All right, so it's Cleveland, and yes, that is why it's the perfect place for Desean touchy Philly Watson.
Stop it.
Because it ain't no hoes. Ain't no women in Cleveland. Ain't shit to do. So it is the perfect place for him to go right now. I wanted him in Atlanta. I really did. But could you imagine him at these clubs? That man ain't gonna focus on what he got to do. He need to go there, chill out. It's gonna be low key, low press. He's gonna go there, learn the offense for a year. Ain't nobody really expecting him to do nothing right away, even though they were a playoff team last year. What did they playoff team last year or 2 years ago?
Not last year.
A year ago.
A year ago. But they were still in the hunt, all the way up to the last week last year. But they got some weapons around them. He's gonna learn. I think got a new coaching staff up there and everything. So, but I like the city of Cleveland being a good fit for him to go, just because it's low key, it's boring, and you know what I mean.
I agree with that.
Like I said, he might not even play. The NFL still might suspend him for first couple of games, what I'm hearing, which is stupid. But
I think he gets 10 games.
10 games. I think he's probably gonna get 6, just to.
I think he'll get either 4 to 6. And honestly, it's just he's gonna get suspended just so the NFL doesn't catch shit from the feminist group out there. So,
they gotta
let y'all football players do anything. So I think he's gonna catch somewhere between 4 to 6.
Yeah,
I think if they do hand him 10, I'd be very, very shocked if they do give him 10.
Yeah,
personally.
He made himself look bad when they asked him this question. Why were you at 40 different massage spots? And he literally could not answer that. Now, I was riding with him in his couple press interviews. It was like, okay, you know what? When they asked him that question, because he was really staunch about the other stuff, but when they asked him that, he couldn't answer it thoroughly. And that bothered me. Not saying he did it, but it's a legitimate question. Why are you at 40 different massage therapy spots? And that, to me, that's why I go with he's going to get the 10 games, because I believe they got to cover that.
That's why Atlanta and New Orleans didn't touch him. I mean, that was the buzz all week long until like Cleveland just kind of swept in last minute and I got him. You know what I mean? But like we was like Atlanta really was thinking that. It was a couple of tweets coming from some players like, we might get them and everything. But yeah, we after that Mike Vick situation here in Atlanta, we were very, touchy. Arthur Blank is very touchy about bringing in anything that could be a distraction, anything that could be a media headache, and the risk outweigh the rewards. You know what I mean? That'll have the city on buzz and bring the fan base and bring money in, but the headache, he just didn't want to see it, and that's why I think he out there in Cleveland right now.
Sure.
Okay. Is Deshaun Watson a good fit in Cleveland?
Dude, how many quarterbacks? Seriously. I think they got as many as the Bears since '85.
Hey, I'm gonna put this podcast on a Cleveland talk show or some shit. And they're gonna be hot. They're gonna be hot with us.
That's what you need. You need that press.
And KB did already say Cleveland boring as hell, so yeah, he good.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest. You ever hear anybody say, I'm going on vacation, I'm going to Cleveland? Think about that. Hell no. Ain't nothing to do in Cleveland. Zero. Zip.
Y'all bad.
And
You
that's
know
what he
what?
means.
I agree with that.
Y'all
The
just
thing
being
about that is,
Yeah.
him being born in Cleveland, he fly holes in. He from there, so that could be dangerous. You might need to get him some entertainment. You don't want them airlines booked with people coming for massages. That dude, he gonna be there his whole contract because they gave him $230 million guaranteed.
Right.
They can't get rid of him.
Right.
No, he can't leave. They can't. He actually, man, when you look at them on paper, they should win that division. On paper, they should be Pittsburgh. They should be Baltimore out, Joe Cool in Cincinnati. But we don't play the game on paper. We play it in real life.
Great.
Now,
facts.
if he can get his head right, leave them hoes alone, stop worrying about all this other stuff, and perform like, because you ain't played football in over a year, so
Right.
you're gonna be rusty. But if he can, pick up the offense, because Kevin Stefanski, the dude got a great offensive mind.
I actually like Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah.
So that's a bright spot there. Their O-line and their running backs. I like that.
Exactly. And what he did in Minnesota with Kirk Cousins, now he got Deshaun Watson. So that means he got a weapon.
Right.
Because Deshaun, before he got out, he was top 3, top 5.
Right.
You couldn't argue that. If he can go to Cleveland, like I said, and focus, you might see Cleveland contending for the Super Bowl. Now, I know that's crazy, but
it was crazy for Cincinnati to be in that motherfucker. So
no, man, but you look at Cincinnati.
Crazy for Cincinnati to be in
Cincinnati got that QB. They got that QB spot right. Then they go get his college receiver, Jamar Chase. That boy was playing like he was a seasoned veteran at wide receiver. You'll never think he was a rookie. He toasting motherfucking Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm gonna say it once.
Business.
I'm gonna say it once and I'm gonna say it again. I don't care what nobody say. Jalen Ramsey a little overrated right now. I'm just saying.
He got that work, and if it wasn't on that last play of the Super Bowl, if what you call wouldn't have got, he got beat on that play.
Oh, he was burnt.
That was a touchdown.
He was burnt.
Yeah,
he was burnt.
That boy was burnt like toast.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the that division. That division is the new black and blue division. Remember back in the day, the Bears, Packers, Vikings, Tampa, they was called the black and blue. That's the new black and blue division. Because that division, they're going to be beating the hell out of each other because they all got the quarterback spot right.
Yeah.
All of them. And their defense, if Cleveland defense, woo, that defense was nice. Now, the way they did it, build through the draft, add a couple of pieces, they put the team together right. They got the right coach in place. Now, let's see if the QB is all that they was missing, because they got 2 banging-ass running backs.
Yeah.
Them boys Chubb and Hunt. Like you said, Njoku at tight end, that boy bad.
Yeah.
Now they got Amari Cooper over there. That's cool. Peoples, he cool. They got everything right there for him. All they got to do is just put it together.
Got to do is leave them hoes alone.
Yeah, leave them hoes alone, man.
Leave them alone.
Hey, right?
Haven't uncles been telling us that since we were born?
Yeah.
Old black man wisdom. Leave them all alone.
Right.
Hey, shout out to our CEO Brandon Smith. That's our CEO. We didn't give a shout out. Shout out to the CEO Brandon Smith. CEO, we see you, big dog. Appreciate you for showing up. So listen, I'm gonna ask a little bonus question since KB brought it to my attention. Right? We talk about Atlanta. Do you think a season suspension for Calvin really is too much?
No, I think it's proper. I think it's proper.
Man, don't get me started on that goddamn man.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I think it's proper. Okay. Yes, the NFL makes money off of gambling, all of that, but you cannot have the idea of a player on the field. You got to squash that. That's like one of those things where you got to nip it in the bud. Now, the only reason why I say that is because you got to come down hard on it, because you cannot have the idea that a player on the field is actually betting on the games. You can't do that. That goes against code. Yes, NFL makes money off of it. He got a year suspension. He's talking about it's only $1,500 or whatever. He doesn't have a gambling problem. But listen, this is the shield, man. You cannot have the idea that somebody's betting on the game openly like that. I think
I was through with him when he had the mental health thing in the middle of the season. I'm like, bro, like, it could be some stuff going on. We don't know at home. But I was still kind of on the fence about that. Like, it just something systems don't sound right. But then it comes like you at the house gambling on the games on FanDuel. Like what? Like you just like what are you doing, man? You might do got some mental problem because that's the most simplest, stupidest with your phone number attached to it, you know. But like I said, he wasn't on the field, so I guess that's what his explanation for it. He wasn't on the field, so and he gambled on his team, so he thought it was cool. But
he didn't want to play, man.
Yeah, he definitely. I would give him a lifelong ban. If I was
You
can't
do it. You can't.
Y'all. So listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say the year was spot on. Here's why. I'm 100% with Benji. Right? You gotta come down hard and you gotta nip that in the bud. We cannot have you out here gambling on games because it's like shaving points and shit like that. Right. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give him 9 games for the gambling because we gotta come down hard, right? And I'm gonna give him 8 games because it's 17 season. I'm gonna give him 8 games for just being fucking stupid.
Exactly.
8 games for being stupid. Like,
how you gonna mess up your money like that? First,
if you don't do it, boy, you don't put your fucking username as C Ridley, bro. What the hell, bro? Like, boy.
Yes. Well, the one instance where I say, get this Negro out of here for right now. I don't condone white men saying the nigga word, all of that, whatever. But listen, a year, get this nigga out of here because this does not make sense. If you're going to spend $1,500 and mess up several $1 million, listen, we got an issue and that tells me we got problems. So I need you to sit in the back for a year and watch.
Obviously, they need to holler at my boy KB about finances and shit like that.
Exactly.
The bad with $1,500. So I'm with you. Like they say in New York, yo, whose man's is this? Whose fucking man's is this, yo?
Man's is this.
Is Calvin Ridley's 1 year suspension too much?
Well,
Brandon
first of all, man,
Brandon said
he couldn't bet on their alias because the whole Patriot Act thing. Oh, you funneling money to terrorists? You know, like that's a whole nother problem right there.
Exactly.
We don't want this dough kicked in by the Homeland Security. Like, where the money going? You know, like, but the thing is, I mean, he bet on the Falcons to win, and he wasn't playing. So it's like, you know, I can see how people say, well, he wasn't playing, so he couldn't affect the outcome of the game. But, and then, you know, you got people looking like the Raiders are in Vegas. Vegas is nothing but betting. So how can you be against betting? You know, but, yeah, players can't, you know, bet on games. Just like referees cannot bet on games. Because even though you betting, it gives you the look of, you know, impropriety.
It just look.
The optics is like, well, if they're allowed to bet on games, then how we know they're not point shaving or messing up. And for him to bet 15, it's only 1,500, but 1,500 costs you 18 million. Now, you're looking back like, was it worth it?
No.
You know, like, because if you even won, you weren't going to win 18 million off that 1,400s.
I think he was just doing, bro. You should have just went down to the fucking casino, bro. You could have just went down. You could have went down somewhere in Atlanta, bro.
It's like the old heads told us when they was pushing weight. Listen, why you pushing it? Why couldn't somebody else do it for you? You making millions. Why ain't you got somebody else doing this for you? That to me, that logic, without that understanding, gives me pause for the cause an issue. So the fact that you couldn't think of that tells me the kid didn't really want to play. So let me just give you a complimentary year off for being stupid.
Now you got a whole 12 months to hit for your mental health, brother.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Stay in shape, though. Stay in shape.
Because he might be gone now. They might
Well,
move him up out of Atlanta. They might move him up
he goes to the Raiders.
It'll be a perfect fit for him.
Yeah, everybody going to the Raiders. Like, how many people y'all gonna sign? Everybody up in the Raiders. I'm going to Las Vegas. I'm like,
obviously, y'all see they got jokes and we can't take black people nowhere. That boy said sending his ass to Las Vegas. He can walk across the street. Hey, he gonna be caught betting. He gonna be in the fucking casino with cameras this time. They're like, hey, he right in there. So listen, we'll hop on to our next question. What is your most surprising free agent move? What is your most surprising and biggest free agent move this offseason?
Who want to tackle that one first?
I'm gonna tackle this one first. I'm gonna go with this, right? The Tyreek Hill thing shocked the shit out of me. I was like, oh, nigga, you went from a Super Bowl contender to the Dolphins? Right. I guess. And it's like,
who did I get for him?
Oh man, they got a load of draft picks. They didn't got any players.
Wow. All 22 picks.
Yeah, and KC cleared like $20 million in cap space. And they already had they were already working with like 30 mil. So yeah, it was crazy.
So I was very surprised about the Tyreek thing. But when I read the report, much as it sucks, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Hear me out. Here's my logic, right? I used to talk to my homeboys all the time, right? It's like we always used to joke about what happened if we ever got to the NFL. And it's like, yeah, of course we want to get rich. But look at it from a perspective that I always looked at it from. When you're a guy like Tyreek, who's 27, 28, right? You've done what thousands of niggas have never done. You got niggas that play that never even make it to the playoffs. Like, look at Calvin Johnson. He played 9 years, made it to the playoffs, once? So you won a Super Bowl in one of the hardest leagues to win a championship in. Okay, you won one. You got a ring. At this point, if I'm a real nigga from the hood, what the fuck else am I playing for? I don't already won a Super Bowl. So you right. I go to the sorriest team that's going to pay me the most damn money.
Right.
Play the rest of my career there getting paid instead of playing for a championship team. Because he didn't want to take a pay cut. If y'all remember, like 2 seasons ago, Tyreek Hill said, y'all gave me what y'all gave me. I ain't taking no pay cut. And then they gave him a contract extension, right? Mm-hmm. And everything was good until Devontae Adams got his money. Right. And Tyreek Hill said, well, wait a damn minute. Now, also, did you give Devontae Adams, he's the highest paid wide receiver, but now he's the highest paid wide receiver in my division. Because let's be real, Tyreek Hill is that dude. He is literally like he's like Devin Hester on a punt and kickoff. If he touches the ball, there's a chance he can take it to the end zone. Right. And with the Bill, look what he did to the Buffalo Bills, and they had a top 5 defense. Tyreek Hill literally caught a 10-yard slant route, took that bitch upfield, looked at the defender behind him, and threw this nigga the deuces while walking into the end zone. Right. Everybody can't do that. Tyreek
111 catches. Yeah, he's a bad man.
Tyreek Hill is that dude. He's worth every penny. But honestly, the Chiefs letting him go is gonna, for me, it's like this. It was the most shocking thing because it's like, so who y'all finna get to replace Tyreek? Because I know y'all don't think Juju finna replace Tyreek because Juju was only good because Antonio Brown was the number 1 receiver.
Right.
He was a fucking clown. He was still the number 1 receiver. So you was getting the number 2, number 3 DB. So you shine because they took everything from the number 1 receiver. So you replaced them with Juju. They whiffed out on the Christian McCaffrey trade. So that was another weapon. So I think that was a very big, that was the most surprising one for me. And on top of that, bro, y'all done gave Patrick Mahomes $500 million and you took away one of his best weapons. So we really finna see if my boy Pat Mahomes is really that dude. We really about to see. So unless they load up on receivers and their receivers paying out, We really about to see if Pat Mahomes is that dude. And I was very, very, very shocked at Tyreek Hill leaving Kansas City because I didn't see that one coming, at least not this year.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. That was tough.
So Jody, who you think won the trade?
Who do I think won the trade? Dolphins.
Yeah. Dolphins.
Dolphins. All day. Because think about it like this.
No quarterback? Okay.
They got, listen, I don't think Tua is a bad quarterback.
I don't think he's a bad quarterback, but I don't think
he's not. Listen, Tua.
He's not Super Bowl. He hasn't proven himself to be a Super Bowl quarterback. So
yeah, not even.
Listen, that's gonna be another topic for another day because I got some reserves about that because like, bruh, I be just looking at some of these draft picks and be like, so what the fuck am I paying you scouts for? Because the Dolphins picked Tua over Justin Herbert.
Yes.
I be trying to figure out how and why the fuck. Like
maybe doing Nick Saban a favor or something. I don't know.
Why would the hell the Dolphins be doing Nick Saban any type of favors the way he left Miami? They should be doing him shit.
Right.
I'm still waiting to find Nick Saban. I'm gonna do something to him.
Hey, KB, to answer your question, you know what? Tyreek Hill won that trade.
Yeah, because he went to Miami with no state tax and he got $75 million guaranteed. So I did.
And he's in Miami. So you know,
right.
it's always popping in Miami. So I'm gonna say that Tyreek Hill.
You in Miami, Jody?
No, I'm in Florida though. I'm in Florida.
Okay.
But I'm not in Miami. It's a little wild down there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Khalil Mack to the Chargers.
Dummy as shit.
Man. I mean, even if Khalil Mack isn't 100% Khalil Mack, the defense isn't that bad when you got Nick Bosa, you got Khalil Mack, and to me, that's going to determine if he's healthy. That's going to be huge for that division because you're gonna need it. You got a loaded division with the Chargers. Who else?
Let's just say this.
Raiders
here right now. The AFC West is the best division in the NFL right now.
Yes, I would agree.
Especially with Russell Wilson going to Denver, the AFC West is probably going to be the division to beat this year.
Exactly. And the Chargers aren't far off from being contenders. They played really good this year, but they got pieces, man. If Herbert comes out and has another banging year or he takes that step forward, I mean, they really look good, but they're in a loaded division. But I'm going to go with Khalil Mack. What is he in year 10? I believe he's in. So I don't think he's washed. And if I'm not mistaken, you mentioned earlier, aren't the Bears paying most of that salary?
24
million.
They're paying 24 million of it this year. So even if I think what this is, I'm gonna agree with you on that. So what the Bears, what the Chargers did was this, right? And right, Khalil Mack is like 8, 9, 10 years in.
Right.
We pair him up with Nick Bosa, right?
Right.
We get him for 2-3 seasons.
Right.
Joey Bosa, my bad.
Joey Bosa.
We pair him up with Joey Bosa. We get him for like 2, 3, maybe 4 seasons, right? And see if we can get us a Super Bowl run out of this shit. And
similar to what the Rams did. The Rams decided, let's get Miller and see what we can do. And I think that works for them. I think that's the blueprint for this coming year, and teams are following that.
Yeah, and Derwin James is gonna come back healthy this year, so that'll put him good
at safety. Yeah,
back into that field. So I like that, dude. Khalil Mack, and yeah, that was that was very surprising, and that just goes to show you how far off the goddamn Bears are out of reality. Because it's like you cut this man, and you like seriously, how much cap space are you trying to get? Like how much cap space do y'all gonna have this year? Like I'll be damn. I'll be damn.
And plus they in Cali, so you know the weather's going to be good. So you know they're going to get some favorable. Now, if you've never been to one of those San Diego games down there, they say every team goes in there and it feels like a home game for the home team. I think this will be one of the years where people will actually get excited about the Chargers this year and actually show up to the games. So that should give them a little bit more heads up. But I like that Khalil Mack sign.
Okay, Mr. KB, biggest and most surprising move this season.
The biggest move of the offseason, the unexpected move, will be the Matt Ryan trade. I got a deep seated fear that Matt Ryan is going to go to Indianapolis this year and win a Super Bowl. With that running back they got up there, with the defense, coordinators, all the pieces are pretty much there, but MVP quarterback. And Matt Ryan can go up there in one season and do what Tom Brady and do what Brett Favre, do what some of these
Matt Stafford.
Yeah, do what some of these late in life quarterbacks have done, and go to a new team and take them on deep playoff runs, and may fuck around and win a Super Bowl, man. So I'm thinking that trade right there that they got for a fucking third round is gonna be it hurts my soul to say it that I'm glad he's gone, but I hate that we got him. You left him go with for so little.
You still got faith in Noodle Arm?
I mean, what else we got? You saw the stats he still put up last year. With a utility player and for rookie tight end. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We still put up pretty decent yardage. So I mean, he's still a serviceable quarterback. In this league. All you need is just somebody who can, not turn the ball over. That was his biggest problem. He had turnovers in pressure situations, and why we lost a lot of games, a lot of Super Bowls, so a lot of playoff games. So, but I think if he just go in there, that coaching staff sit him down like, hey, we don't need you to make a cut around a play. We're gonna hand the ball off 30 times, the old boy, and we're gonna be all right. So I think that trade is gonna shock a lot of people. Plus that division, you know what I mean, is no Deshaun Watson, Jacksonville's trash, you know what I mean? So they, it's real easy to sneak off, and they can fuck around and be first place in the AFC. And we talk about the AFC West being, how dangerous they are. They're gonna be beating up on each other. They gotta play each other twice out there. So it's gonna be hard for one of those teams to get a number one seed. So let Indianapolis get a number one seed that's coming out of the playoffs, and home field all through the playoffs, they can make a run.
Okay,
I agree with that.
Like that. What's your biggest, most surprising move in the offseason?
Damn, it's so many. It's like you can say all of them, but the one I love the most was Tom Brady coming back. That's it. That was the biggest. Him retiring, and I'm sitting up there like, no, this can't be it, Tom. You playing with us, going on vacation. Oh, the wife make you take a vacation. She made you give her more than 2 weeks. She's like, damn, man, you don't give me more than 2 weeks. 2 months and you can come back. And he came back all like up, and he started calling the players up. Come on back home. I'm like, this man focused now. This man is ready.
Right.
Watch Tampa Bay. He pissed off because, honestly, if it weren't for that dumbass defensive call, he been battled all the way back on the Rams. He was going to beat them. They beat his ass that whole game.
Yeah.
Beat his ass. And he battled back on them at 44 years old.
Yeah.
Put them in a tie. You can't beat a dude like that motherfucker, the Terminator. That motherfucker a cyborg.
Yeah. He on something.
You can't beat a dude like that. It ain't nothing you can do. You beat his ass, bloodied him up the whole game. 44 years old, and he still kept coming. Like, you was not going to beat him. I love that dude. I don't know why people hate him. They losers to me. Because if you tell me he win too much, that's a loser mentality.
I agree.
He don't win too much, just beat him. If you can't beat him, hell, you got to respect that. I give him all the props. So all the moves everybody made, that one move when he came back to Tampa, that negated all that shit. Because it's like, you got to beat him. And with the Rams losing, Robert Woods, they don't have OBJ. Now they got my Allen Robinson.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson is a beast. With Cooper Kupp, that's a nice little tandem. But they lost Von Miller.
Yeah.
Vaughn over in Buffalo.
Yeah.
So now Buffalo is scary. They was 13 seconds away from beating the Chiefs. Another dumbass defensive play calling series that cost them. But they was whooping the Chiefs' ass up and down the field.
Right.
Chiefs don't have Tyreek. I don't know what they're going to look like anymore because they lost Tyreek. They lost Pringle, who's a bear, by the way. I get a potato chip ass receiver. And everybody else getting top flight receivers. We bring in the chip guy. So whatever, but then they lost.
Did he say the chip guy? Desmond Pringle.
Yeah. And then, Robinson gone. So all of Patrick Mahomes' little side pieces have left. All he got is Kelsey. Now, when they take Kelsey away, now you got to see, what he like.
I think he's just as good as Aaron Rodgers, man. Mahomes, he can do with anybody. He can take some scrubs.
I mean, we gonna see.
I mean, if you watch how open Valdez Scantling was on a lot of plays, if you go back and look at that, Valdez Scantling isn't terrible, but he was open on several plays where Rodgers was just focused on Adams. So we'll see. We'll see.
That's why he was open because of Adams.
Right.
So it's like when Tom Brady came back, that's it.
Okay.
Man, he on a mission. Now you better watch them Bucks because he didn't come back just to lose again.
Right.
Now that man is refocused.
Man, you done lost Jody, man. Lost Jody talking about them Bucks, man.
Right.
All right, I'm sorry.
We can talk about the Dolphins because Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, now they gave Tua some high flyers.
Right.
I forgot about
Waddle. And they got Teddy Bridgewater. So if Tua ain't getting it done, Bridgewater know how to use those weapons. Then they got Mike Gesicki at tight end. Y'all watch some Dolphins. Now they ain't gonna overcome the Bills. The Bills and Josh Allen, them boys have arrived.
Yeah.
Them boys. You still got the Patriots because I think Belichick did a very good job. With Matt Jones, rookie quarterback, making playoffs. That's step one. He gonna build on that. So the Dolphins gonna have to overcome some things. But like I said, the NFL gonna have to overcome the Buccaneers.
Yeah, they already done retooled. Good grief.
Right.
Okay. I see Jody over there. He mad in the mug. And so we'll see. He hotter than fish grease over there. So we're gonna see.
You start talking. First of all, I ain't gonna get on that. Listen, I'm not nowhere near. The crazy part about it is I live like 30 minutes away from Tampa, and I'm not a Bucks fan. Everybody around me is a Bucks fan. So you can imagine 2021 was a horrible year for me because I was waiting for them to lose so bad, man.
Keep waiting.
So listen, my feelings. I think Tom Brady is a good quarterback, but I also think Tom Brady is one of the luckiest quarterbacks to ever walk this earth.
How so?
Because not every single one of his Super Bowl wins is something with Tom Brady.
Something crazy happened. Yeah.
It's always some wild shit happening. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that Rams game. Rams had these motherfuckers down 27-3, right? Now, is it just me, or it seems like somebody always makes some fuck up to put the Bucks in position? Because the fact that he missed the chip shot field goal and the fact that he missed the extra point that should have put them up 28-3, or they should have been up 30-3, that shit pissed me off. The fact that all of a sudden in the second half, Cooper Kupp dropped not one but two open passes. You got what was it? Van Jones out there dropping passes. Van Jefferson, he dropped the pass.
He's been dropping passes all year though. He just didn't start doing it. He was dropping.
You got Van Jefferson, and then you got Cooper Kupp, who done fumbled maybe twice this whole NFL season. He had a fumble. Like it's like all of a sudden there's a lot of unnatural. All I'm saying is there's always some unnatural shit that's happening when Tom Brady favors. That's
the players get nervous when the GOAT out there. So I hate to even call Tom Brady the GOAT because I'm a Joe Montana fan, but I gotta give him his prop. Folks get nervous at the wrong time, boy. I tell you.
They start making some of the worst mistakes at the worst time.
And he gets cold calm, like
right.
Smooth, like you sit at home nervous for him. But he out there
Anyway.
cool with his.
Exactly.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the worst free agent move this offseason. And I will start since you
Anything the Bears did.
since you brought up Tom Brady, the motherfucking Bears.
Anything the Bears did.
Anything.
So getting rid of Matt Nagy.
Man.
That's about the only smart thing they did all goddamn offseason.
There you go.
Only smart thing they did all offseason.
That's it.
The worst. I'm gonna go with the Steelers and Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I like the Steelers. I like their defense. I like everything about them. I love the organization. I love everything. Usually they can take quarterbacks. They've taken quarterbacks who were scrubs and made them, decent in that system. But I think with that defense, TJ Watt, you got to get a better QB. Now, maybe they thinking the kid from Liberty is their future, possibly. They did go out and say, hey, if the Cleveland Browns let go of Baker Mayfield, they'll go after him, that type of stuff. But Mitchell Trubisky as your starting quarterback, I mean, I get it. I get what they're looking at. They're saying he's athletic. He can actually throw. He was in a terrible system with the Bears and Matt Nagy. But I just think, honestly, they just need a better quarterback. Maybe, that to me is going to be the worst this year because I think that's going to hold them back from actually going and taking a step further and being what we know them to be, the Steelers, a dope organization.
Okay, I like it. KB?
Don't forget Dwayne Haskins out there in Pittsburgh too.
Man, he's so quiet. You hear a rat licking ice.
Imagine that QB competition right there, man. That's terrible. I really don't have a worse. I guess you can say some of the moves that people didn't make, but and I don't really have a worse move out here. I like the move out there what Denver did picking up Russell Wilson. I think that's going to be a pivotal move out there for them with some of the receivers they got already, and that's going to make a difference. But I don't really have a one that's going to be the worst. I can't even.
They got rid of Noah Fant.
Yeah, man,
that's going to hurt.
Yeah,
at tight end.
That's dumb as shit.
Yeah, but you see, like Russell really don't really count on tight ends.
Because he had Jimmy Graham and didn't use him.
Didn't use him, so that's not a factor for him. But I just think that it's not really a bad move this offseason. You know what I mean? It's just some teams that didn't make moves at all. I think it should have, like Baltimore should have made some better moves, picking up some players. But like I said, I don't see no bad moves, man. Sorry, I ain't got nothing on this one.
That's all right. All right. Well, we'll hop into our next question. So, with everything going on, and I think this show, I need y'all gentlemen back for after the draft so we can have this conversation, right? Sure. Best fit for Baker Mayfield.
All right, I go first on this one.
Okay.
I like him with the Texans or the Saints. I think Sean.
So what about Jameis crab legs?
Nah, I think that injury is kind of worse than what it was.
They gave him They gave him a 2-year, $28 million.
Okay. I thought that injury might have been sidelined all the way up a couple of weeks in this season. But like I said, either way, I don't think he's a long-term fit in New Orleans. Even though they gave him that contract, they just had to have somebody on staff. They probably can win with him just off the weapons around, but they thinking Super Bowl, they're thinking playoffs down in New Orleans. I think him hooking up with head coach Sean, what's his name, whatever his name is, hooking up with him down there. I think he can transform him to a winning quarterback. Transform like how he took Drew Brees out of San Diego and made him a star. I think he can do the same thing with Baker Mayfield. down in New
Sean
Orleans.
Payton gone.
Sean Payton
Yeah,
gone.
Sean Payton gone. Yeah, he retired. He retired.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Retired.
Okay. Oh shit! Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Fuck it then. Well, New Orleans bad shape. Let me scratch that then. Take that off the board. But yeah, either them or Texans. I think that was a good fit for Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Cleveland. I think he should stay because I told you earlier. I think Deshaun Watson gonna get about 10 games.
Yeah.
Familiarity is a great thing. Everybody in Cleveland knows Baker Mayfield is emotional, and everybody ain't gonna deal with that. You ain't gonna go to Pittsburgh, even though the coach is a player coach. I could see that kind of working because he gonna get somebody gonna be on his head and make sure he's straight, but give him his freedom. But I think he should stay in Cleveland. The reason being is because they're familiar with him, and I think Watson gonna get those games, and I think after his surgery, he done had his surgery, he'll be back on the field. I think he's in a prove it, chip on his shoulder type of year. So he didn't do well with OBJ, but you still got some decent, offense, decent running back, decent game there. I think he should stay in Cleveland, collect that $19 million, prove himself this year. We know Watson gonna start after that, and then once that happens, get yourself over to Indianapolis, where Matt Ryan probably gonna be retiring because they don't restructure this contract, and go and play behind another team with a good running game, and you don't have to be so eclectic. So I think he'll be a great fit staying in Cleveland.
I think the diva and Baker Mayfield not gonna let him stay in Cleveland.
Exactly. I agree with that. We're talking about the best spot for him. Everybody ain't putting up with that attitude, man.
Hey,
all of that walking with folk in the media.
Benji got a good heart.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. If I was Baker Mayfield, I tell Cleveland, let me tell you how you kiss the backside of my whole natural ass. Okay. You started talking about Deshaun Watson. I tell y'all I'm dedicated to this team in this city, and y'all start throwing Deshaun Watson in my face. Well, I'll be damned. All right, cool. You can kiss my ass.
Look here, man. This is a business, and they came out and said, look, we want an adult at quarterback. So listen, you can throw shots at us, but listen, we got your whole portfolio. We know how wild you are. Colin Cowherd made a living off of beating you down every week because you always responded. You ain't gonna be able to go to no vet team like Pittsburgh and deal with that.
That means he'll be quiet. Listen, if they can put up with Antonio Brown, they can put up with Baker Mayfield.
Oh no. Antonio, as crazy as he is, bro, produces. You can say whatever you want about AB, but AB produces. And that makes a lot of sense.
Antonio Brown, they're getting rid of anybody to cause a problem, man. Homie, he ain't playing that shit.
Right.
He ain't playing shit in Pittsburgh.
You know what? I see that. I tell you what. I know a place for him. I know a perfect place for him. Right? I know it's gonna be wild. Right, but hear me out. I think he'd be good in Miami, right? Because let's say this, right? Let's say this. We all know Tua is not the long-term option, and he's not really a big arm quarterback. He's like a Walmart version of Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
but if you're Baker and
he said, hold on, say that again. What?
He's a Walmart version of Baker. He's a Walmart version of Russell Wilson.
Great value.
I like that.
Great value. That Clover Valley. That if you order Russell Wilson off of Wish, you get to it.
Yeah. Okay. That should be a meme. I guarantee you that should be a meme. I don't know how you can make it happen. Make it happen. Put that on the meme.
I got you. Listen, Baker Mayfield, literally, you got the arm strength, and like we talked about before, at some point, Tyreek Hill is gonna break free because Jalen Waddle is gonna create kind of a little bit of a double team on a deep slant route, and Tyreek Hill gonna be dusting some DB, right? Baker Mayfield got the arm strength to put that ball 60 yards down the field. So, like we said before, Baker Mayfield gonna hit one of them. Fuck it, Tyreek down there somewhere, and he's gonna be able. Baker Mayfield he has the weapons. It's a good city. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, Miami is one of those cities when it comes to sports teams, they kind of just tend to throw money at the fucking problem. Like for example, what they did to the Miami Hurricanes this season. Them boys said, we tired of losing. So what money can we get to fix it? And Mario Cristobal was 100% dedicated to the Oregon Ducks until Miami hit his ass with, we'll give you $11 million a season. All of a sudden, that motherfucker peaced out before the bowl game.
Right.
Hey, Mario Cristobal was out recruited for Miami during Oregon's bowl game after they told him they'd give him $11 million. The city of Miami has a habit of throwing money at their problems. And if I feel like
guys.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I feel like if you get Baker Mayfield down in Miami and keep getting him the weapons that he needs, I think he can make something happen.
Oh, yeah, Waddle and what he got Tyreek now, he got weapons down there now.
And they have a good tight end, if I'm not mistaken, too, right?
Yeah. Uncle Pudge brought it up. Your second, man, they got some weapons down there.
Yeah,
Miami.
okay.
So that would be my fit. It would be Miami.
And they got Raheem Monstrat.
Mozart at running back. Okay.
Yeah.
I know, honestly, I think all Miami is missing is a really, really good, productive running back. And I know this is gonna sound weird. They
can get one in the draft.
I think
you can get running backs. If they focus on running back, you can get second, third, fourth round running backs. I think you can.
Uncle Puz, what's up? Baker Mayfield's best fit.
Well, I can see why people would say the Texans because, they got a gaping hole at quarterback, as they thought, with Desean leaving. But Davis Mills, I watched him as a rookie. That boy got some talent. He can ball. They might be okay. He with Lovie Smith. Lovie is my favorite coach of all time.
I love Lovie. He comes from that the tree. What's the Buccaneers that won the championship?
Tony
Lovie.
Yeah.
Tony Dungy. So that's why I love Lovie. Him and Tony Dungy are like, I like that.
But but nobody's saying Seattle. If you put him in Seattle, his receivers are already there.
Okay.
I don't think Pete Carroll's cut out for that. But go ahead.
No, yeah, he is because Baker's a college quarterback. Pete Carroll is a college coach. They fit. They have that college rah-rah spirit.
That's
I think
true.
they will get along down in Seattle because you got Tyler Lockett. DK Metcalf is a freak beast. They get that running back situation, consistent. Their defense is starting to come a little bit. They have to sell off a couple of pieces, but they're starting to come. Seattle, but nobody's talking about Seattle. But I throw you a curveball, Green Bay, because Aaron Rodgers is not going to be there too long.
They got Jordan Love. Drafted. They'll have to eventually give the keys to Jordan Love.
Jordan Love leaving. When Aaron signed that contract, I know Jordan Love was on his phone like, I ain't sitting behind this motherfucker for 4 more years. Get me up out of here. They're going to have to. He's going to have to leave.
It seemed like lately they following that model, though. Favre, Rodgers, Love, they each waited.
Yeah, well, Rodgers only waited 3 years.
Yeah.
This is already year 3 coming up for Love.
Right.
See Love. He's
not going to wait 4 more years.
Right.
Because he's going to want to play. Because right now, Jordan Love feel like he can go right now.
Right.
Right now, we don't know what Jordan Love is. So right now, it'll be in the Packers' best interest to trade him and get high picks. Because if you get on the field and the boy can't play, they ain't going to get shit for him.
I think Aaron Rodgers already know that. That's why he caused so much hell. Because
the Packers was just scared because the Packers didn't want to be the one to let Aaron Rodgers go somewhere and then he finally win a Super Bowl again. Then they'll look foolish. But he's not going to win one in Green Bay.
Right.
We've seen that. But they was just too scared to be called stupid. They should have pulled the trigger and let him go. Hey, get the fuck out.
Right.
Thanks for the service. You're 38. Every year you put up fantastic regular season numbers. Yeah. But you get the playoffs, we at home.
Right.
We picking low in the draft. You messing up our draft. So go ahead and go about your business. That's rival love. Because I told everybody, is Jordan Love going to be a Hall of Famer? Probably not.
No.
But if he a good quarterback, you still can win a Super Bowl or two with a good quarterback. You will never know because you're not letting him on the field. He going to leave. He probably leaving after this year or this year. You put Baker behind Aaron. So when Aaron do go, now Baker can slide right in, NFL ready. You don't miss a step. You still in the hunt. I don't know if Baker can lead you to a Super Bowl. I don't know. You know, he had Cleveland in the playoffs. He beat the Steelers in the playoffs. That's a step.
That was old man Ben Roethlisberger, but yeah.
You know, but I mean, that's a step. He got some cachet under his belt. You know, Cleveland right now, and I like what y'all say, stay in Cleveland. Because if he stay in Cleveland, Desean get hit with 10, Baker ball out for 10, he didn't raise his stock, and he gonna get paid. Cleveland can then trade him.
Exactly.
Franchise him and trade him and get some high picks for him. So it'll be a win-win for both of them. It's going to be interesting how it's going to play out, but like y'all said, too much diva. He wanted out. When they started flirting with Deshaun Watson, like, you know how that go. You got a girl.
Start flirting, I got to go.
Yeah, you start flirting with this hoe over there. You want that hoe? Get that hoe. I'm gone.
Got you.
I love that Seattle choice, though. I didn't think of that. Now, that's if they don't trade their wide receivers, which is a hot topic right now that they might be trading Lockett and Metcalf. So we'll see.
If they trade Metcalf and the Bears don't get him, y'all can put money on my books. I'm going to fuck Soldier Field up. I'm going to put that motherfucker off the map. I'm going to blow it up. You ain't going to have to know who did it.
He might be going to the Jets for those that fourth and that ninth pick, but we'll see.
The Jets, that's a death sentence. New York is a worse team. The Jets is a worse organization than the Bears. Them motherfuckers been rebuilding.
I don't know if they worse than the Lions though.
Man, that's
no. I'm gonna tell you right now. The Jets are worse than the Lions. Because you know what? Even though the Lions be losing, the Lions be putting up some fucking games. Because you'll turn around and the Lions be the Lions be like 0-9, but they be having like 5 games that went to fucking overtime, 3 games that went down to the last 2 minutes of the fucking fourth quarter.
They ain't having a tie in the season. Like,
hey, the Lions will go out here and pull up a tie on your ass. Where the Jets just get blown out every fucking game.
They got that new quarterback though. I do like Wilson. I believe I like him. Keep an eye out on him. I like him. I like his swag. I like his demeanor. I like that rocket of an arm. If he can, it's the Jets though. So you gotta be cool. But I like that quarterback.
If he can get out of the New York Jets contract, then he might be a good quarterback.
They need a lot of help. They need a lot of help.
We're gonna talk about this. Who and our last question of the night, right? Who is going to be your sleeper team? What team is going to surprise you the most? So I'm gonna say this, and I know y'all gonna look at me like I'm fucking crazy, right? But I see the writing on the wall. My sleeper team, and even though they probably won't make the playoffs, I see them winning at least 8 to 9 games next season. I see the Detroit Lions winning 8-9 games next season.
I see that.
They had some very close games
next season.
That's some very close
games. Think about it like this: Detroit Lions are good at quarterback. Jared Goff is not a bad quarterback. He went to the Lions, so he's not a bad quarterback.
Okay.
Right? So he's solid enough because, like I said, he did what he could do. Like I said, Jared Goff kept them in a lot of games last season. Okay. A lot of games. So he did the best that he could do with what the fuck he had.
Right.
But he's there. He's another season. It's a lot of it's like I'm playing with house money. I ain't got shit to lose. Nobody's really expecting anything. So I think the Detroit Lions honestly can probably pull off like 7, 8, maybe even 9 wins next season. Might not make it to the playoffs, but I see them doing it. Because think about it like this. Their first few picks don't have to go to you get your first round pick and you ain't got to get a quarterback. You're probably
defense.
The defensive end from Oregon. I can't think of the young man's
name. Thibodeau. I believe it's
The freak.
Yeah,
Right.
you'll get him.
Or the kid from Michigan, the defensive
Michigan.
Harrison.
I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go first.
Okay.
I think he's gonna go first, or they're gonna get that offensive tackle from Alabama because that boy's a beast too. So
Yeah.
you don't have to focus on quarterback, right? So that's one position. You don't. He doesn't have to go through a rookie transition. He doesn't have to figure it out in the NFL because he's been there. So you're good on quarterback, and you can focus on every other area to make your team better. And again, you're gonna make the play against the shit show Bears and the turnover. You're gonna get to play against the turnover king. You're gonna get to play against the turnover king Vikings. And so with that,
and Kirk Cousins, yeah.
With that all,
he only threw 8 picks last year, dog. He didn't turn it over. Yeah, like 30 to 8.
He's all right. Look at how much money he's made. He's made $231 million as a starting quarterback. That boy has been getting paid.
Yeah.
Highway robbery.
I'm gonna go with the Washington Redskins.
Oh, that's
the Commanders.
It's Commanders now.
Okay, what Commanders? Okay,
man, you still in my thunder, man.
Right.
I don't go that one, man. I like Wentz, but go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay. So we can piggyback off of this. We can piggyback. I'm gonna tell you why. The division is trash. First off, I like Cowboys are regressing. That's very obvious. I don't like that. Sorry. I'm from Texas, y'all. I grew up a Cowboy fan. I don't.
Blasphemy.
Look,
I know you, man. God don't like that, man.
Hey, Jerry Jones froze his internet. As soon as he said that, Jerry Jones said, "Oh no, brother." Hey,
did Jerry Jones shut down AT&T and the internet?
Jerry Jones shut it down. He said, "If you're anything to do, it's become about you from Texas talking about the Cowboys." Jerry Jones shut him down. He ain't having that.
I will tell you why I picked the Redskins, and I will make this quick. I like their defense. I like the fact that they got a top-notch wide receiver in McClain. Wentz isn't horrible. He did play really decent for a while with the Colts. And all he really needs to do is play it safe if he can, because I think the defense is top-notch. The young kid is coming back after the injury, so let's hope he's a caveat. If their defense can play, which I believe under Ron Rivera, they'll get back to their normal playing defense like they're supposed to. And I like the Washington Redskins to be the sleeper, one, because they're in the trash division. And I don't think that they're that far off because they got a good defense.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I was going to say.
The Commanders. There you go.
Yeah, the Commanders division is what it is. The Cowboys are going to find a way to cowboy and collapse and possibly, lose, probably a home to home to the Commanders. And then they know that division plays tough every year. So with them, you got who else in the East? New York.
Giants.
Yeah, what I mean, what they got no quarterback at all. That's one of the teams that didn't make any moves that should have made some big moves.
You got Daniel Jones.
Okay. So the Commanders, Wentz coming there, already has a couple of good receivers, good running backs, solid defense. With that guy Chase leading.
Yeah, Chase Young.
Yeah, Chase Young leading defense over there. I think Washington could sneak into the playoffs with a 9-7 record. Well, I think the numbers are different now with a 17 game.
9-8.
With a 9-8. Yeah, in that division, yeah. And they make it sneak around and win that division. They tie the Cowboys and Cowboys lose a couple of games. So I can see them. And with Philly, Philly, I like Philly.
I think Philly wins the division this year, though.
Yeah. You think Philly wins the division? Or you think Cowboys?
I think Philly wins the division this year.
Ooh, I think okay. But yeah, I think second year quarterback, he's gonna catch on this year in Philly and have some year, but they still don't have enough receivers for him. And
loaded wide receiver draft this year. So I think they'll
But I do like the boy out of Alabama.
Devontae.
Devontae. Now he's gonna be. You see, I'm about number one fantasy receiver this year, man. Y'all, we do a fantasy. Y'all do a fantasy thing. Let me get on that one. But that's gonna be my number one pick. Yeah, that's gonna be my number one receiver.
We got a build and everything.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, so I like the East, but I think Washington can sneak around and be a sleeper out that division. Jody.
Oh
well, y'all took it from me. I was gonna say Philly because I like Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts made some strides last year.
Right.
Devontae Smith, that man was a fantasy point getter. Mm-hmm. You know, like their line is intact.
Right.
Their running game is intact. Their defense is, you know.
Fletcher Cox came back. They brought him back.
So, like you said, Dallas only won last year because I say they was the team with the most continuity.
Right. Yeah.
Because the other teams was in flux.
Right.
You know, so now with them teams being stabilized, except for the Giants, the Commanders, they looking good. I like the Carson Wentz deal.
Right.
Good defense. Remember that defense, man, they took it to the Buccaneers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, with Tyler Heineke.
Heineke, yeah.
Yeah.
They could have been.
Yeah, man.
There was a couple games where they looked really good, and Tyler Heineke, if he would have been a little bit more of a baller, they could have took several games.
So you go from Heineke to Wentz, who's experienced. Maybe that's all they was missing, that experience at QB for them tough games. They might just sneak in. Dallas might not even be but third in the division.
That's why I have them this coming up year. I have them third. I got the Eagles winning the division and the Redskins getting in.
Yeah. Damn it. They was named the Redskins. We're going to call them the Redskins.
I would say the Redskins again. Lord have mercy. The Washington Commanders. There you go. I gave them too much press time. Maybe that's the issue.
Yeah. They should stay the football team. That was easy.
WFT, huh? The NFT of football.
Yeah. But you know, so I got them second. And yeah, people going to be shocked by Philly because they got something dynamic going on down there. They got to look. Other outside of that, you could say the Raiders because the Raiders have loaded up. And, you know, people don't expect the Raiders to come out that division. But I think the Chiefs running that division is kind of loosening. Because you look at Justin Herbert, that boy, that's a bad boy.
That dude got a rocket.
And he got two badass receivers.
Yeah. And I like Eckert. I like him at running back, scat back, all over I like him.
Man, him and Jackson made Melvin Gordon expendable.
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon, a free agent.
He ain't gonna get much run this year.
So you're looking at those two teams, they're gonna shock some people.
Yeah.
They won't be a shock to people who've been watching them, but everybody else, you know, because they focus on the Chiefs. They focus on them teams gonna sneak up on some people and bust their head. They be like, we ain't see this coming. But I can see it happening.
So I'm about to tell you something that's gonna start you to cussing, right? We talked about sleeper things, right? I can say this, right? And we talked about the DK Metcalf trade. I can see Philly. I can see Philly giving away a first round pick for DK Metcalf.
I wouldn't be mad at him.
You know what? Oh man!
Because think about it like this: you would have Devontae Smith as your speed guy, and then you have DK Metcalf. But see, it's not about DJ Metcalf being slow. It's DJ Metcalf would be that big target. So
he's a big target.
Red zone.
You know what? Hey, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. I would like that though.
DK Metcalf would be more of a because DK Metcalf is a speed guy, but DK Metcalf would be a inside the 20-yard line. Inside the 20-yard line, Yeah, I'm pulling a Matthew Stafford, the fucking Calvin Johnson.
Hey Jody, what you say about Tua? Jody, what you say about Tua? He was a great value.
He a great value Russell Wilson.
Hey, Hurts.
Walmart.
Hurts would be a target brand. Russell Wilson, man, he a little bit better than Tua, but he's in that same little vein. Like he's like a little small running, scrambling quarterback that can make plays on the outside. I think if he get DK Metcalf, he can put up those numbers like Russell did with him.
I like Hurts because mentally he's tough.
Yep.
Like you can, he is what he is, but you know the kid gonna work hard and gonna put in the work. That's why I like him at quarterback. He ain't he ain't the most accurate out there, but you know the kid gonna put in the work. And to me, when you got that and you got the mental up there, you can make some things happen. So that's why I like
how Saban treated him in Alabama. He definitely got some hard.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Pulled him in the championship game.
Yeah.
And just
well, your boy.
Hey, you got the great value, and then you got the target.
Yes.
Yo, but listen, that's our time for tonight. I just want to say thank you, fellas, for coming and hang out with us tonight and get on some football talk. We will be back. Matter of fact, first of all, before we do anything, we got our podcast, me and Uncle Pudge, Real Talk Tuesdays. And a matter of fact, if you fellas want to come hang out on Tuesday nights, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, so that'd be 8:30 for UKB because you over here on the side with us, and that'd be 5:30 for you, Benji. So if y'all guys want to come hang out Tuesday, you're more than welcome. I'll send you the subjects if you want, and come hang out with us Tuesday. But we will see y'all Tuesday, and then Saturday morning we got Real Family Talk podcast. So we appreciate both of y'all for hanging out. And
send me those links. I usually have my podcast on Tuesday, but send me those links. I will definitely jump in, say what's up, and make something happen for sure.
Hey,
Jody, man.
Got all that.
Yeah, some way you can drop a link for everybody, man. I hit you up on something, man. Get the links for everybody.
Okay.
We can, man, change contact with all the brothers, man.
Sure.
Hey, but before we go, you know what I'm saying? We'll let y'all boys shout out y'all podcasts and things one more time for the people who was watching a little late. So, KB, shout out your stuff that you do.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna shout out my just follow me on all social media at Credit K, and then on YouTube podcast where I have a credit and a entrepreneur podcast, the Credit K channel and the Be Your Own Boss YouTube channel. So follow those.
For sure.
So, hey, make sure y'all hit my boy up. You bum motherfuckers got y'all tax money. Hit my boy up.
Get that credit together. Get that credit.
I'm dropping free game on the YouTube, but then y'all can hit me up for the you know what I mean. Y'all want the one-on-one sauce. I got you.
Hey, I bet not see not now one of you motherfuckers with a 400 credit score and rims on your car. I'm taking
right there, man.
You gotta holler at my boy.
For sure.
And Benji, shout out your podcast, my brother.
What's happening, my man? Again, thank y'all again for having your boy on. As always, follow me, Benji Banks. You can find me on social media. My tag for IG is right there in the description, BRB4701. Got my own wine store, adding another international brand onto our portfolio. And you can shout out and catch me at the 5 Session Podcast every Tuesday, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. But you can find all of that information on my IG, BRB4701. Holla at me, check out our content. Go check out the link. Buy yourself some wine. I'm sure you'll love it for sure.
Of course.
Okay.
I'll be buying me some wine.
What you was sipping on earlier, Benji?
I got my Chardonnay right here. This is my brand right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Chardonnay we got right here. I usually keep all my downstairs, but for this, I brought up some selections. I got some legit stuff here, man. All legit stuff. Just added an international brand to my portfolio where I'll be doing French wines. Actually have some French for my sweet wine lovers. I got a Moscato right here. Guaranteed to love it. I got everything you need. I promise you that. Got everything you need.
My boy got it.
Send me some addresses, man. I usually on my show, I usually send out some selections when I'm on shows like this to represent. So shoot me your addresses, man. Shoot me your emails in my link in my bio, man. And I'll get something out to y'all, man. You know what I'm talking about. But go check me out.
Info, Jody.
I got you. So, as soon as we get off, I got you. So listen, I'll let my boy KB get your credit right, and then you can sip on some of my boy Benji's wine. But but in that order. Don't be sipping on wine first. You got to get your credit right. Wine is the dessert. So other than that, we appreciate y'all boys coming on. And we will see y'all again Tuesday. We out, man. Peace.
Deuces.
Thank you.